Hey Nash, what should we make?
I keep seeing viral videos of people baking sweet potatoes and violating them with sticks of cheese. Let's try it out.
All right, let's make the viral cheese stuffed sweet potato recipe. Sometimes that shark looks right at you, right into your eyes. And the thing about a shark is he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Dude, you're reading the wrong script. That's from the movie Jaws.
Oh, my bad. Welcome back to Chaos Kitchen, where sometimes we like to try viral recipes to see if they're any good, and then sometimes we like to see if we can make them even better. So today, we are gonna make the viral recipe where you stuff the cheese in the baked sweet potato. We're gonna see how that turns out, and then we're gonna see if we can make it better. So without further ado, let's go. So apparently we start with a sweet potato. I don't know if it matters what kind of sweet potato, because there's the purple ones, there's the white ones, there's the orange ones. This is an orange one, because it's what I have, so that's what we're using. If you're not gonna peel a potato of any sort, and you're gonna eat the skin, make sure and wash it, scrub it a little bit. You don't need to use soap or anything, but just, get the dirty off, because they're filthy. Then apparently we take a knife or a fork and we stab it. Basically just go all Norman Bates on this thing, make some pokes, and we're basically just venting it so as it cooks it won't explode or something. I don't know. So then we take out a sheet pan, put this counter sheet pan. It didn't specify using like oil or seasoning or anything, so I don't know. We're gonna go ahead and put some parchment paper down, put our potato guy down, and then we're going to, well, I'd say drizzle or spray a little bit of oil on this guy, and then sprinkle with a little bit of kosher salt. Just make sure and get the guy all around. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 400, and then we throw this guy in the oven to bake for about 50 minutes. Off we go. The original recipe was made with a German butter cheese. I can't remember the name. I didn't write it down. It's in my phone, and my phone is now one of my cameras. So I couldn't find a German butter cheese, but I saw someone who made it with some mozzarella and some butter. So we're gonna go ahead and try this method. So first we start by cutting a little bit of mozzarella, and you wanna use like some good mozzarella, not string cheese. And I would highly encourage you to use full fat mozzarella, not the skim stuff, but you know what, you do you. And then for the butter, we'll go ahead and unwrap this guy. We are just going to try to slice a very thin slice of butter here. We're gonna cut that in half. We'll do some butter in between, some butter on the outside, and that should be enough, but just because why not? Let's do some butter on this side. Then while the sweet potato is still pretty hot, we're just gonna cut one end off. I guess that's trash. Then we take some sort of a knife and we stab it down the middle. I'm gonna do like a little cross hatch deal. Maybe twist it a little bit. No, that's not gonna work. It's still very much too hot to work with. Then you just take your butter cheese or your butter and your cheese and just shove it in there and just violate it, like to the point of where it kind of feels wrong. Apparently I didn't do a very good job, but that's what we're working with. So I did this when it was super hot. Just let it cool and then let it melt. So we did that. We got everything in there. What a pain in the ass this is. So that's what we got. And now we're gonna let this potato cool down, I guess, while at the same time it's ideally gonna melt the butter and the cheese. I'm not sure. That's what it's supposed to do. So off we go for cooling. So let's give it a try. Cheers. It's pretty good. It's not bad, but I think we could actually do a lot better. So come on, let's go. So we start with a few sweet potatoes. Then we go ahead and peel these guys. Then we go ahead and cut these potatoes into cubes. Then in a fairly decent sized pot, bring some water up to a boil, like a good amount, because it's gonna be like more than enough to cover the potatoes. Then we salt that, then we salt it some more, and we salt it some more, because why not? Then we dump our sweet potato cubes in there, make sure and do it aggressively enough to spill water on your stove, because why not? Once that comes back up to a boil, we go ahead and throw a lid on this, and we let it go for about 15 minutes or until your potatoes are fork tender. Once your time's up, remove the lid and just make sure these guys are fork tender. All right, kill the heat. And then we drain our potatoes and let them cool a little bit. So here's my idea from here. I have these little Baby Bell cheese. What are they? These little guys, these little Baby Bell cheeses. I think they make different flavors, but this is like the original. I think the other one's like a Gouda. I honestly don't know what this one is, but it's creamy, it's delicious. So we take these, we turn our sweet potatoes into some sort of mash, and we basically make a croquette or a papas ranas or a fried potato balls. We're gonna make some balls. with the cheese inside, bread them, deep fry them. It's gonna be good. So we get out our potato ricer. If you don't have a potato ricer, it's fine. You can just mash them by hand. Potato ricer just makes it easier to get everything smoother. So we just rice these guys. I need a thing. I need a thing. I need a thing. This is a thing. And then to this, we add 1 stick or half a cup of melted butter, 1 egg. You don't necessarily have to beat the egg before you put it in, but it probably helps. 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and that's just gonna help kind of hold everything together. Because you don't want loose balls, right? Pinch of salt, and you can season this however you want. Do whatever you want. You want to do like an Italian thing? Do an Italian thing. You want to do like a Papas Rellenas thing? Then do some Sazon and some of that stuff. Do whatever you want, whatever you like. When I roast potatoes, I typically just do salt, pepper, some garlic powder, and some smoked paprika. So that's what we're doing here. And you know what? Since we're trying to make big improvements here, why not just throw some pixie dust in there? Then we give this guy a little mixy mix, a little Starsky and Hutch, get everything combined. I suppose if you want to roll a dice on salmonella, go ahead and taste this for seasoning, but I'm not recommending that. Although, come on, how many times have we all eaten cookie dough or whatever dough or batter with raw eggs in it? But I guess every time is a dice roll. You never know. I want it to have a little bit more texture, or a little bit more firmness. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more cornstarch because you want it to have some body. Because we want to be able to mold these into cheese-filled balls. Because who doesn't like cheese-filled balls? I mean, who doesn't like balls?
That's what she said.
I want these guys to firm up a little bit more. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw these guys in the fridge for maybe 30 minutes. So we're just gonna transfer these guys to a smaller bowl. Well, I can get away with an even smaller bowl, huh? Let's create more things to clean. Yay. And then let's just play musical bowls here. I'm only doing this because I currently don't have a ton of space in my fridge. But do not do as I do. There, that works. So then we're gonna take this and throw it in the fridge for about a half an hour, and that should firm it up to make our balls and make it easier to work with. So upon further inspection, or more accurately, reflection, I thought, you know what this needs? Some Parmesan cheese. So we're just gonna grate some Parmesan in here, because, you know, why not add more cheese to a cheese-stuffed potato ball? Then we just give this the old mix-a-do. So we have our 3-station breading setup all there with the flour, the egg, and the breadcrumbs. And we're just gonna go ahead and season each of these guys with some salt and pepper. And then we just give each of these guys a little mixy mix, a little Starsky and Hutch, but also feel free to season them with whatever you would like. Then we got our little Baby Bell cheeses, so we gotta peel the wax off and get them prepped. So you just peel that thing off and then pull them out of their little wax bed. And then you got this. So do that with all your guys. Seems like an enormous waste of material to wrap these guys in wax and then wrap them up in plastic, but hey, whatever. What do I know? And then take some of this, one of our little guys here, and then just wrap your potato filling up and around. Just make sure it doesn't even have to be pretty. Then we just throw that in the flour, and then once it's in the flour, you should be able to form it a little bit better. And then into the egg, and then into the breadcrumbs. And then you can maybe kind of form it, make it look slightly less ugly than it is. I was gonna say pretty, but I don't know if that's an option at this point, but we'll do our best. But either way, we weren't going for pretty, we were just going for better. So boom, and then we just wash, rinse, and repeat for all the guys that you have. And here's what we got. I know they're not pretty, but we were going for delicious. And like I always say, if something's not pretty, just call it rustic or artisanal, and then it sounds fancy for being ugly. So we're gonna throw these guys in the freezer for like 15 to 20 minutes just to make sure they're nice and firm when we fry them. So off we go. And then with our oil at 375, we're using a deep fryer. If you don't have a deep fryer, just go ahead and do this in a pan, it's fine. We just go ahead and put our guys down. My deep fryer has very limited room, so we're just doing one at a time. If you use a pan or a pot, or you have a bigger deep fryer, that's cool, you can do more at a time. And then we are just going to fry these guys for, if you're doing deep fry, probably 3 to 4 minutes. If you're doing a shallow fry, maybe like 3 minutes per side. So then we just let this guy go. And then after 3 to 4 minutes, this guy looks done. So we go ahead and pull him out, put him on a wire rack or somewhere where they can drain. And then we just wash, rinse, and repeat. And here's what we're working with right out of the deep fryer. And I recommend you let them cool, but just because I'm just gonna burn myself. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, so I recommend you let them cool. However, there's your cheese pool. You're welcome. Hold on. Hot as hot, 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 hot. And there we have our upgraded cheese stuffed sweet potatoes. And now it's time for a real bite. Cheers. It's really, really, really good. This is a huge upgrade. I think the cheese is an upgrade, but the cheeses, they're both ooey gooey and delicious. Having that mashed sweet potato with the crispy outer and then having it in a nice little ball, because, you know, balls. Huge upgrade. I know it's quite a bit more work, so I understand the other one totally. But however, even though it's more work, this one actually comes together quicker. So I don't know, 6 of one, half dozen the other. Personally, I prefer the upgrade out of 10. And that's what I think, but hey, let's see what Nash thinks. Hey bud, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I was just reading some C.S. Lewis, and now I'm wondering if any of our closets lead to a magical land of wonder and other talking animals.
Well, check it out. We made these upgraded cheese stuffed sweet potatoes. And of course we made a dog friendly one just for you. Well, here you go. What do you think?
That's freaking delicious. I wasn't sure since there's no meat in there, but the melty cheese, soft sweet potato, and crispity crunchity crust is a killer combo.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
A good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow.
Nash approves, I approve. I think the original's dang good, but I think the upgrade is even better. So give them both a try, see what you think. Thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate you all. Love you all. If you wouldn't mind taking a second, go like, share, hype, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. If there's anything you want me to make, you want me and Nash to taste, go ahead and drop that down in the comments. And hey, if you like this video, go check out some of our other videos somewhere over here. And just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Until next time, be good and peace.